Tony and Tessa, we gather as your family and friends to acknowledge that God is the source of your love. We are here to celebrate what already exists within you, the growing love of two who have found joy together. You have already begun life together. Today you solidify your commitment to one another by holy matrimony before God and your guests.
All right, so for those of you who don't know me, I'm Tessa's sister, and as she would like to remind you, her older sister. So she's the baby. We are 7 years apart in age, so needless to say, she was always my little baby. I carried her around like she was my baby. I frequently got in trouble for carrying her, but to my defense, she would hit me if I put her down. So I really didn't have a choice. But that said, I am obviously very protective of her. So when she started talking about Tony, I'm like, who's this guy? Come on. And was very skeptical at first. You know, there was a little bit of a back and forth when they first got together. Not back and forth, but more of a, I don't know if he likes me, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, he should like you, and he would be very lucky to have you. So when I finally met Tony, I knew I had nothing to worry about. I really did. You came into our family so easily. I mean, it took nothing. It was just you were there and a part of it. From our kids thinking that you are just their gigantic play toy, and them calling you multiple names speaking of, this one specifically thinks that Tony is her best friend. But really, you have really done nothing but be warm and welcoming and loving to us and try to take care of us. And no, this is my show. Do you want to talk about Uncle Tony? Say, I love you.
I love you.
And she does mean that. You're ruining my speech. Someone take her. I'm just kidding. But yes, she... Yes. I know. Sorry. Yes, she really does love Tony. Like, I think that might be her first crush is Tony. She's going to be devastated when she finds out what marriage means. She's not going to be happy. She's going to hate Aunt Tess. I know, yes. But yes, Tony, I think it was said about 1,000 times last night how amazing of a man you are, and everyone, reiterated it, and I am going to do the same. Tony will try to take care of me when my husband's traveling for work. He will try to bring me dinner and will cook it for me and will try and clean my kitchen and everything after. Instead of just relaxing on his own, he doesn't have to do that, obviously, but he does. That's what I meant by he fits in so well with our family. And I don't know that I ever thought a man would be good enough for Tessa. And I am a crier, so I'm going to kind of keep this part short, but you are more than enough for her. And Tessa, I could never put into words how proud I am of you and just how beautiful you all really are. You both are just such good people. And Mom, stop laughing. You know I cry at everything. It's not funny. Truly, though, I have had an emotional day watching Tessa get ready because it's really hard for me to think of her as someone who's old enough to be a wife and to be a bride and to be the woman that she is. So, with that, for all my Hamilton fans.
Oh, yes.
Do it. To the groom. To the bride. From your sister.
Thank you. I'm going to cheat a little bit here. Sorry. Tony, as your big brother and best man, I wanted to try and provide an example that would prepare you for all the wonderful things that come with marriage. I thought to myself, how could I explain to Tony how perfect this day would be? How could I compare this day to something that Tony would be familiar with? And then it came to me. I can summarize it in 2 words. You ready? Roll Tide. So, Tony's alma mater is the University of Alabama, and Tony's also a huge Alabama football fan. Why does he love Alabama so much? Well, because they win all the time. When it comes to Alabama football, Tony's expectations are very high. An undefeated season is the standard, and anything less is considered a disappointment. Would that be an accurate statement, Tony?
Yes.
Yes. So I had it. Tony, marriage, and this day in particular, is as amazing and exciting as an undefeated Alabama football season. And honestly, probably a little bit better. But the more and more I thought about this, the comparison was a little short-sighted. I wanted to be honest with my brother, and it wouldn't be fair or accurate to compare perfection and marriage. Because the truth is, Tony, marriage at times is not perfect. In fact, marriage at times can be like being a fan of one of your other football teams, the Detroit Lions. to put it kindly, sometimes it takes work. Being a Lions fan, as Tony and most of my uncles will tell you, it takes a great deal of optimism at times. It takes a dedication and commitment to your team like no other. And most importantly, it requires patience. So Tony, in a very strange way, your football fandom of all things, of Alabama and the Lions will serve you a great deal in navigating through your marriage. Be sure to take the time and enjoy those perfect moments when they do happen. And when things aren't so perfect, remember to have a relentless appreciation and love for your wife. To wrap this up, I want to say how incredibly happy I am for my youngest brother and my new sister-in-law, Tessa. And I'll end with this bit of unsolicited big brother advice. Tony, regardless of what's in store for you and Tessa, this new chapter in your lives, make sure Tessa always knows how important she is. Tell her you love her every day and how much you appreciate her. Because after all, baby bro, it takes a very special woman to love a Lions fan. With that, I say cheers and thank you to the happy couple.